For the project that we're doing today, you will need an elegant writer, which is a felt tip calligraphy writer, a piece of graphite paper, a container of water, paper towels, a watercolor brush, the pattern that you want to work from, and a piece of watercolor paper. And to start, you will put your pattern on your watercolor paper and slip your graphite paper, and it would be shiny side down because that's what's going to transfer onto the paper. Put that under your pattern and simply trace it with a ballpoint pen onto the watercolor paper. And as you can see, I've painted a few leaves, but we'll get started. Now this is a very loose project. You don't have to be exacting, and what I'm going to do is, instead of outlining the whole entire leaf of this succulent, I'm just going to kind of dot it, and then you take your brush, dip it in the water, get some of the water off, and just start moving your brush around on top of your lines that you've put on with your elegant marker. And by magic, the black marker starts separating into blues and pinks. And you just move your brush around, and as you can see, some areas are lighter, some are darker. And if you want to have darker blues, if you want to get a little bit more color, you can just put your marker down on the water and just add a little more water there, and just again move your brush around. Now to get more of the pinks, you dry your brush off and then just lift some of that water off, and then you'll get more pinks. So one more, and I'll show you what it's like if you do a darker line, which in some applications it's great. On this, I think it's a little bit too much because sometimes it is hard to get rid of the hard line. And just turn your paper as you need to. And you should be working on a fairly flat surface. If you have a little bit of an angled table, that's okay. But as you can see, it just gets darker and darker by using more of the intense black, and does leave a line. And it's probably better not to work adjacent to an area that isn't quite dry, because as you can see, it will bleed. But also that could be a good thing because it's kind of a surprise. And the thing about this, I'm going to work on one, this one's dry, and let's say I just don't really like that. I can just add some water. I can just start scumbling, lifting, make it a little lighter. You can dot it with some more of the ink or the marker and make it darker if you want. So that is how you do it. This is the finished project, and have fun.